8 декабря 2018 года в Казахстанско-Американском Свободном университете состоялся Республиканский шоу-кейс фестиваль Tell the World About Your Native Land.
Well, I personally am very excited, very happy about this event at our university. I think it's a wonderful idea to try to explain the wonderful things about your country in English. I love Kazakhstan. And many people in the world do not understand very much still today. They do not understand very much about your wonderful country.
Целью фестиваля являлось формирование социально-активной личности гражданина и патриота, обладающего чувством национальной гордости, гражданского достоинства, любви к Отечеству, своему краю, народу, мотивация студентов к изучению английского языка, расширение их социокультурной и лингвостроноведческой компетенции. В фестивале приняли очное и дистанционное участие следующие университеты: Актюбинский региональный государственный университет имени Жубанова, город Актюбе; Казахстанский университет дружбы народов, город Шымкент; Восточно-Казахстанский государственный технический университет имени Серикбаева, Усть-Каменогорск; Восточно-Казахстанский государственный университет имени С.Аманжолова, город Усть-Каменогорск; Казахстанско-Американский свободный университет, город Усть-Каменогорск. В ходе фестиваля студенты имели возможность продемонстрировать свои достижения в 3 направлениях: искусство публичной речи, перевод с родного языка на английский и демонстрация навыков преподавания. Все 3 направления были объединены общей темой «Родная земля». Языком проведения фестиваля был английский язык. Участники продемонстрировали свои знания культуры, истории и природных ресурсов Казахстана и умение осуществлять коммуникацию на английском языке. Победителями конкурсной части фестиваля стали Жолдыбаева Асель, Восточно-Казахстанский государственный университет имени С.Аманжолова, и Мухтар Дархан, Казахстанско-Американский свободный университет. 2 место заняли Теселева Дарья, Казахстанско-Американский свободный университет; Козлов Никита, Восточно-Казахстанский государственный технический университет имени Серикбаева; Сабырбекова Балжан, Казахстанско-Американский свободный университет. Обладателями 3 места стали Акшалова Малика, Казахстанско-Американский свободный университет; Бондарь Виктория, Казахстанско-Американский свободный университет; Есенова Анель, Казахстанско-Американский свободный университет; Кабас Алиша, Казахстанско-Американский свободный университет; Фролова Карина и Токтарбаева Тамирис, Восточно-Казахстанский государственный технический университет имени Серикбаева.
My name is Alisha. I'm a student of KAFU. Today I'm going to tell about Kazakh national games. So let's start. Kazakh national games took a great and important role in the Kazakh life. Kazakh traditional sports are still practiced in Kazakhstan during national celebrations or holidays, and it's known that had put people in good spirits, gave strength, agility, and endurance. Most of these games have a competitive nature. As you can see, we will consider about Kokpar, Kokbarı, Grey Wolf, Kızılzatu, Kızkuğu, Bayge, Kres, and Asap. Kokpar. The history of the Kazakh national game Kokpar begins from the time when Kazakhs were nomadic. Kokpar, Kokbarı means grey wolf. Wolves were the worst enemies of the nomadic, and as they can cause, they great damage to the livestock, and accordingly, the nomads killing the wolf was a great success and joy. A wolf was sometimes replaced by a headless carcass of a goat. On the day of the competition, all participants and spectators gather on the field. A distance of 50 and 60 paces from the competitors, the carcass of a goat is rushed, and the fight for Kokpar begins. Unlike Kokpar's national game is Kızkuğu, to catch up the girl. This national game, which regarded as a piece of fun and serious competition. In Kazakh language, Kızkuğu literally means to catch up the girl, and the 2 horse riders, a female and male, participate in it. To start this competition, a female rider stands and a certain distance behind the horseman. She starts riding at full speed, and as soon as she reaches him, male rider moves both toward the finishing line. And the third game is бәйге. This is кысқу, as you can see. And next game is bәйге, horse race. Horse race is one of the ancient tradition of Kazakh people, and horse races, horse wear the wings of the jigit, so they train them to spend many hours, and they beloved race horses. Our ancestors could distinguish the good horses from the bad. There were critics like Tolobay said that they are argmaks, race horses, and tulpars, battle horses. The Kazakh boys between 7 and 14 years of age, however, sometimes may compete this game. And so the next game, this is bәйге. Wrestling. One of the ancient tradition of Kazakh people is wrestling. Kazakh were proud of their famous singers, poets, folk singers, the batters. Wrestlers would be defend the honor of their clan, for whom they wrestled. We are proud of our known wrestlers as Balwan Sholak and Kajumkhan, as you can know. And they...
I'm sorry, please, could you please quiet? I'm sorry, man. You, man, can you be quiet, please? Because I present, all right? Let's be respectful to each other. Thanks so much.
Wrestling took place in large celebrations, holidays, and it's well-known fact that on his way home after successful wrestling match, Kazım Khan came to a small field in traveling. When he opened it, he saw a giant man sleeping on his back. His giant's body, and he wanted to wrestle with him. So he worked him up, and they began to wrestling. It seemed to him that the larger man was very strong, and he was difficult to beat. But one moment, Kajakin thought, "Oh my angel Balwan Sholak, help me, give me more strength." Hearing these words, the giant released and kissed him, and Kajik Khan saw tears in his eyes. It turned out that Kajakin's competitor was Balwan Sholak himself. And the first Asian Championship by Kazakh wrestling was held in Altayский край in 2005. There was a big international tournament named after Kazakhstan's president in November 2005, and more than 1,000 athletes from 25 countries participated there. Last one game is Asık. This game was played both in summer and winter. Asık is bone which is part of knee joint of a sheep. Two boys would have a target and attempt to hit with saka from 3 stop distance. If he target an asık from apartments, Arsenal would be his. And to sum up, I can say that Kazakhs, like other cultures, groups, have inherited values from international games and from other forefathers. As we will observe, most of these cultural forms were based on life situation, national peculiarities, and they were invented for us to teach succeeding generation to be healthy, strong, brave, and observant, resourceful, and etc. Even if they have no particular effect nowadays, Kazakh people, Kazakh sports are integral parts of national culture, and I want to say that no future without past. Thank you for your attention.
Indifferently too. My native land is Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan is large and rapidly developing country with ancient traditions. It is situated in the heart of Eurasia continent. That is why we have the most incredibly beautiful nature. Steppes, mountains, rivers can impress everyone by their particular atmosphere. Today, the main purpose of my speech is to tell you about the capital of our country and to organize you a tour to Expo Exhibition 2017. One of the main achievements of Kazakhstan is our capital, Astana. The city was founded in 1830. The first name of Astana was Akmolinsk. Then, in 1961, it was renamed to Zelenograd. In 1992, the city's name became Akmola. Then Akmola became the capital of Kazakhstan in 1997, and in 1998 the city received its present name, Astana. The idea of creation, the modern and new capital, belongs to our president, Nursultan Nazarbayev. He is exactly the spirit of all the people and realize the most exciting ideas. Every year, our developing capital becomes a place of pilgrimage for millions of tourists. How do you think? What is exactly attracts millions of people to come there and to see everything with their own eyes? You cannot imagine Astana without the most important symbol, Bayterek. Bayterek symbolizes the Kazakh people idea about the universe. The height of the Bayterek is 105 meters. Beside the 97 meters, there is an observatory where you can see a beautiful view from the bird's flight. The number 97 hasn't been selected at random. It symbolizes the year when the Astana became a capital of Kazakhstan. Next place which I love very much in Astana is Duman. Duman is a very big and unique building which located at a distance from 3,000 kilometers from the ocean. It is the home to about 2,000 animals representing over 100 species of marine inhabitants from different parts of the world. The main part of the oceanarium is the big aquarium at the bottom of the glass tunnel. There you will have the opportunity to walk on the seabed only a few centimeters away from sharks. Twice a day, experienced divers take part in the special show called Feeding the Sharks. The next place which I love very much too is Khan Shatyr. Khan Shatyr was designed by the famous architect Norman Foster. The contain a comfortable microclimate inside the building. There are also different shopping and entertainment facilities in Khan Shatyr. Different cinemas, theaters, families, parks, shopping boutiques, and other. A special charm represents a tropical oasis and man-made lagoon with magnificent beach and soft sand, which imported from the Maldives Islands. Then, Peace and Accord Palace was designed by Norman Foster too. It was built specifically to host the International Congress of Leaders of World and Traditional Religions. The Palace of Peace and Accord is equipped with the modern equipment, meeting rooms, art galleries, presentation systems, and more. There is a concert hall for about 1,500 seats, opened by Montserrat Cabal. The top of the pyramid is decorated with a work with the famous painter Brian Clark. Now I want to present you to a mini tour around the most famous event that was in Astana last year. It was the Expo Exhibition 2017. Okay, well, let's imagine that I'm your Expo guide. I start with the history of Expo. The international exhibition are a unique event in terms of their scale, number of innovations, number of visitors. The first exhibition was held in London in 1851. Expo International Exhibition is a global event aimed at education, sharing innovative solutions, progress promotion, and development of cooperation activities. On November 22nd, in 2012, in the capital of France, Astana was elected by voting to be a city where there will be the exhibition. The theme of the exhibition was the future energy. There was a huge sphere in the middle of the expo square. There were 8 levels in this sphere that you can see in this slide. Each level was a demonstration of a certain type of energy, the energy of the sun, air, water, and so on. Some of the exhibits were for participating any visitor. For example, on the bench with bikes arranged speed competition while producing their energy. It took me only a day to get around all the floors in the sphere, but I have no regrets. And as your imaginary guide, I suggested you visiting other exhibitions in different new cities. After my visiting for Expo, I realized that our country is very powerful and amazing, and I'm very proud to be a citizen of Kazakhstan. Ending my speech, I would like to tell you a poem without microphone. Oh, Kazakhstan, I'm in love with you. Remember, Kazakhstan, you are great, not in the fields of battles past, but in the green fields full of wheat and forests, gardens, free of dust. I love you deeply, dear land, your hills and rivers, sand and strand, your songs and dances, lakes and seas, your beasts and fish, birds and trees. Your sunrise is a splendid sight, which gives me always such delight. My Kazakhstan, you are my life, that is so happy in your light, and endless awesome heaven's height, that gives to fertile soil its light. Beneath the great sun lies my land, so vast and marvelous and great, the spirits of your fathers shall start from every blade. For the steppe was their field of fame, and the steppe was their grave. The glorious flag of Kazakhstan will always wave and shine, like the gleaming blue of heaven and all sunshine divine. Thank you for that.
Okay, good morning, kids, students. I'm really glad to see so many different happy faces, smart faces, and the faces that really wants to know more about our Kazakhstan, our land, and especially on my lesson today we're going to learn about rivers of Kazakhstan. So in the beginning, I would like to ask you a little question. How many of you in our Kazakhstan? And if you have some interesting, exciting story, can you share it with the whole class? Maybe you went with your family or friends. Maybe it was your birthday. Maybe it was your mom's birthday, maybe.
About river?
Yes.
Sea?
Yeah, you can talk about sea and rivers and lakes.
I have been in Caspian Sea, and I see the fish, and also I see rivers in north Kazakhstan, and I saw West Kazakhstan also.
Cool.
With the Caspian Sea.
Very good. So you've been to Irtysh, you've seen Irtysh. I think you're gonna pass this task really easily. So if maybe others have really interesting questions, not questions, stories, sorry. Like, what do you know about rivers? Do you like rivers at all, at least? Okay, so I think you all may be a little bit shy. It's fine. But do you have a clue? Oh, no, okay. So, as you can see, I gave you a little maps on your tables. On those maps, you can see rivers. And also, please pay attention to another list, a sheet of paper. What? Loud? Okay, maybe you will, you see a sheet of paper with tables. So, I have a little exercise for you. You will have to write down in the tables. So we have 3 rivers. This is Irtysh, Ural, and Ili. Have you ever guys heard about those rivers? Yes. Yes? So, can you tell us what do you know about those rivers? If you would like to share with us. Oh, don't be shy.
For example, Irtysh is a very long river in Kazakhstan.
Is it the longest?
Longest.
Oh, okay, great. So maybe some of you have heard about Ural River.
Well, it's connected with the Caspian Sea.
Oh, really? That's great. Okay. So, as you can see, there's 3 rivers. And you also have to write down their mouth location. Do you guys do I have to explain you what the mouth location is? So in Russia it will be Ustye. So then you have to write down the length, so длина, and also the basin. Do you guys know what is basin is? I've heard someone said bassin. Okay, so in basin you will have to write down the size of the, in Russia we'll say bassin. So I'll give you, oh, and also you have a little clues underneath the table, so you can use them and you can write down, and in the end we will all discuss it and we'll look for right questions. So for this task I'll give you, let's see, from 8 to 9 minutes. You may start. If you have any questions, if you need help, I'm always there for you and you can do it. How's it going? You're doing great. Okay. Yeah, so basin, it's basin in Russian. So you can choose whatever the numbers you think it's gonna fit in here. So don't afraid to be not correct. In the end, we're all gonna see the right questions. Okay, really good. If you will need my help, you can raise your hand and I will help you if you need. Yes.
You must choose from.
Yeah, you can choose from this, but they're not written in order, so you have to choose. Do you need help? Do you need help? No. Okay. How's it going? Is everything clear? Do you need help? Great. Do you guys need help? Oh, you finished. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna check in 5 minutes. So guys, you have 3 minutes left. So you know, it's fine. In the end, we're gonna check the answers, and don't be afraid to be wrong because it's fine. Yes. Okay, guys, 1 minute left. So if you need to do a little bit of touch-ups, you're free to go. Some. Okay, the time is up. I hope you all get your answers written in the table. So the first I would like to ask you, was that task hard for you, or do you have any questions about this task and this activity? You're free to speak, don't be shy. Okay, so now I'm going to give you another sheets of papers with the answers. Okay. Okay. So I'll give you 2 or 3 minutes to compare your answers and the correct answers, and then we can continue our discussion. Super. Good job. So, how was your answers? Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Was it difficult, this exercise? No. Good job. So how about you guys? Did you get all answers right? Yeah. Great. You're so smart. Cool. So I hope you all compared your answers. And does any of you have not correct, let's say, answers? Does any of you get everything right? So you guys get all answers right. Good. So what about?
Mistakes with the plural and we just mix up answers.
Okay, but it's fine. It's fine to make mistakes. We learn on. Okay. So what about third group? Do you have all answers right?
Yes.
Great. And the group number 4, how about you guys? All answers right. That's correct. So can from girls from the group number 1, can you read the information about irtish? That you yes. Okay.
Read or
Yeah,
write?
read.
Read?
Mm-hmm.
I can write it.
No, you can read. For example, irtish is.
Irtish of prior month location. Length is
4,000.
4,248 kilometers. And the basin 1,006,043 kilometers.
Great, thank you. You may approach. So, someone from group number 4, can you read about Ural River? You may come up, or you may stay at your. Oh, you decided to come up. Really good. Thanks.
Ural, with mouse location Caspian Sea, length 2,428 kilometers, and about basin it is 231,000 kilometers.
Thank you so much. Okay, does anyone want to read about Ili River? All you have to do is just raise your hand. Okay, thank you.
The most location of Ili is Lake Balkash, and the length is 1,439 kilometers. The basin is 140,000 kilometers square kilometers.
Thank you so much. So we all know that today we learn the measures of one of the biggest rivers of our country. So can you tell me what river is the biggest one? Irtysh, really good. So, do you guys know anything about Irtysh, where it's located, where it starts, when it ends, maybe?
Maybe located with the 3 countries.
3 countries. Which one?
China, Kazakhstan, and Russia.
Really good, great. I like this answer. So, does anyone heard about Ural? Maybe you know some additional information about Ural that we can all learn from each other today.
I think that in Russia there are a city
Mhm.
Ural, I think maybe yes, and in Kazakhstan we also have city Ural,
Mhm.
and this river across
These countries. Mhm. Really good. That's really interesting information. So, is any of you know any information? Maybe you have some interesting facts about the river Ili? Okay. So, as we all know, our Kazakhstan is really rich country. We have a lot of minerals. We have amazing bunch of beautiful places like Bukhtarma, Zaysan, Balkhash. And also our country is not only rich with the natural sightseeing, but also we have Bayterek, Astana, we have Khanshatyr also. We have different sightseeing. But the most important thing, in my personal opinion, that Kazakhstan is rich with really smart, intelligent, and really beautiful people. So right now I'm having a little exercise. It's not about rivers. So I would like to, if you have something to say about something nice, say about Kazakhstan, you have to raise a hand and say something good. Or maybe you have some wishes to other groups or maybe for each other, so we can all end up with a really good, in a good mood, and we all can be happy.